Hi guys, welcome back to my video. So this video is about the news you might have heard in the last couple of weeks, which is that the UK government is set to increase the price on all the visa process. So let it be your application fees, your IHS fees, your certificate of sponsorship fees, every fees is increasing in one way or another. And this news has confused a lot of people that has this applied already, when this is going to apply from, how it is going to affect the current student, how it is going to affect the future students, and not just students in general, but like all the people who are working in the UK, who are either on a work visa or who are on the route to 10-year settlement visa as well. So this announcement will impact every single immigrant in the UK, and I'm going to talk you through what has been going on and what will happen in the future. So without any further delay, let's begin the video. So first of all, let's talk about what is going on in the UK at the moment. So if you are in the UK, or even if you're not in the UK, you might have heard about all the strikes which is going on in the country. Let it be NHS strikes, let it be police strike, ambulance strike, or the train strike. So there have been in general a lot of strikes in the UK, and it has affected a lot of people from their day-to-day life, from commuting to getting the best healthcare they can. So this has affected the whole of the UK, and combine this with the increase in cost of living, so all of this have been a really mess. And personally, I think the UK government doesn't know how to handle this. So now, to fund this public sector, to increase the pay rises and help the country get back on track, the UK government wants to raise £1 billion. And if you look at logically, most of the government will try to increase most of the things from different places, maybe a bit of taxes, maybe a bit of fees, maybe a bit of VAT increase here and there. But UK government have decided to tackle this issue from immigrants. So this issue has really been about the public sector versus the immigrant in a way, as immigrants will face most of the burden when the UK government is trying to increase that £1 million. So now let's talk about what things are changing. So first of all, let's talk about the immigration health surcharge, which is also known as IHS. So now this IHS fees and everything has been frozen from the last 3 years, but now it is going to increase, and the increase is not just small amount but a very big amount. So it is currently £624 per year for an adult, and now it is going to go up roughly to £1,035 for adults. Now this is roughly over 60 to 65% increase in the fees, and this fees is also increasing for the students and under 18s, and this price will increase from £650 to over £750. Now I'm not sure about the post-study visas because they haven't made the official announcement and the government website has not been updated yet, so I'm not sure which bracket is going to apply for the post-study visa. If you look at the announcements, so it's most likely that the students and the under 18s one will be £700, and if you're applying for the post-study visa, which means you're already in the UK, you will have to pay over £1,000 per year, and for 2 years you have to pay £2,000 plus the visa fees. So it is going to be nearly £3,000 for the post-study visa, which used to be nearly £2,000 before. So it is a £1,000 increase per student, and if you look at all the students which are in the UK currently, it is going to raise a lot of money if they start applying for post-study visa now, plus all of the people who will apply for work visa and who will apply for visas when they're coming to the UK as a student or as a worker or even as a visitor. Everyone has to pay a bit increased fees. So now there will be a table on your screen from Taylor and Wessing which shows how the prices will increase. So for example, if you're applying for the 3-year skilled worker visa outside the UK, current fees was £625, but it will increase to £719. If you look at the certificate of sponsorship for skilled workers, it used to be £199, it is going to increase to £239. I've already told you about the immigration health surcharge, which is going to increase almost by 65%. There's another firm which is Lewis and Silkin. They have also showed the expected new fees which is going to be applied. If you look at the other table for this category, such as visitor visa, the current fees for 6-month visa is £100, and it is going to increase to £115. 2-year fees will be from £376 to £433, and so on. So I will put the link to these both websites in the description. You can go and check for yourself. So now the question comes when this fees is going to be applied. So regarding this, I'm not entirely sure. This was announced 1 to 2 weeks ago. Usually the whole process does take a bit time. I'll say 3 to 4 months. As you guys know, I'm currently doing my masters and my course will finish in September. I'm going back to India for 1 month, and then I'll come back and apply for my post-study visa, and hopefully I'll just wish that they haven't increased the price by then. Now I wish the price would have not increased overall, but if you are in the UK and if you have finished your studies, I will suggest you to apply for your post-study visa as soon as you can, because the price will definitely increase. I'll say maybe from 2024. So if you apply for your post-study visa before that, that will be good. Again, it can't be guarantee that it will increase from 2024. If they want, they can increase it from next month as well. Now my personal opinion on this is I'm not too sure, because the whole thing could have been easily, you know, be tackled in a different way. I know because of the strikes there have been a lot of problem in the UK. People are already struggling because of the increase in the cost of living, and they're struggling because of all the strikes going on in the country. However, putting all the burden on immigrants, I don't think is the right way. Honestly, my opinion has changed a lot about the UK. I came in 2016 and I went back in 2020 during COVID. I didn't got any chance to apply for any jobs or anything like that, so that's why I came to do my masters, because I wanted to, you know, get that opportunity to apply for jobs here, which I obviously didn't got because of the COVID. But since 2020, after COVID, after the Russia-Ukraine war, and after the whole inflation, the whole of the UK has not been a great country to live in. The prices have increased, the weather hasn't got any better. This month of July has been horrible because of the rain. You know, when you're in the UK, you expect the June, July and August to be a bit of, you know, summer. It will be a bit sunny, because the rest of the year is horrible. It gets dark at 4, it's rain all the time, it's cold all the time, it's windy all the time. And apart from these, there were other benefits to live in the UK, which you know, slowly are decreasing. So if you think you are coming to the UK, you know, to get a better life, if you are not too sure about the UK, I will suggest you to, you know, look at other options as well, like Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand. And if you think you are doing well in your own country, I will suggest you to, you know, look at all the options you have, and then you can decide if you want to come to the UK or not, or any other foreign country for that matter. Now, this whole war on immigration has been partially due to, you know, wars in different countries. People try to cross the English Channel on boat. Many people die on that boat. The British government, the British border force try to, you know, prevent people from coming to the UK, and because of this they have been really harsh on immigrants recently. And in terms of like the people who come here, you know, on a student visa, on a work visa, government are putting the burden on them, which I think is one of the worst thing they're doing. Personally, I do believe that this is one of the ways for them to reduce the net immigration, because if they think the fees will increase, then many people might not apply. Or there can be another reason as well, because it's kind of like a business model. So if you're selling something and it is really doing well, you tend to get a bit greedy, you tend to, you know, increase the price of that product so you get more income. And this can be looked through that perspective as well, that UK government know that loads of students will come to the UK, so they might have thought it in both ways. So one way can be to increase price, and that will reduce the immigration, and another way can be that people are not going to stop coming to the UK, so what we can do is we can increase the price, because they will pay it anyway. And then this in turn, you know, put a lot of burden on the students who come here. Now there are students, I will say the people who are coming into the UK, over 50% are doing cash in hand. And I know UK government is trying to increase fund for the UK border force as well, so they can, you know, perform more raids, you know, send people back home who are here illegally, who are doing illegal work as well. And I personally totally support that as well. I have never worked cash in hand in my life. I have always worked under 20 hours. I have always, you know, lived by the rule. And then there are other people who are just doing, you know, whatever they want. They are working 20 hours plus they are doing cash in hand job, which I think is kind of unfair on the other people as well. There are people like me who genuinely do their job, and they're just, you know, going through life, facing it as it comes. But then people who come here with all the intention of, you know, I'm going to go to the UK, I'm going to work proper 20 hours on minimum wage, and then they work again over 20 hours up to 40 hours on less than minimum wage. Instead of getting 8 or 9 pound, they get like 6 pound, 5 pound for those 20 hours. And then the work they do is borderline modern slavery, because they are exploited a lot. And the business owners and students who do these kind of works, I think those people should be dealt with first. Those people should be targeted instead of you know, just targeting every single one of them. UK government should do more to tackle the illegal things going on within the immigration and try to solve the problem from within, instead of putting the burden on all of the students who are coming to the UK from outside. They might be genuine students, there might be people who just want to work here. And instead of targeting everyone, I think you should do better. Now this was all for the video. I just wanted to give you a quick update of what's going on and what's not going on, and just share my personal views as well. So if you're in the UK and if you are looking to apply for either work visa or post-study visa, I'll suggest you do it as soon as possible before the visa fees increases. If you are thinking of coming to the UK, I will suggest you consider your options, consider everything. If you know someone in the UK, ask them honestly what they think about the UK, not just them saying everything is good, yes, like all fun and everything. Ask them both of the sides, what's good, what's not good. I personally think that every single country has their pros and cons. There's not any, like, you know, best country in the world, and not everyone is able to settle everywhere. For some people maybe UK is really good, for some people maybe Australia is really good, for some people India is really good, South Africa is really good. So it doesn't matter where you're from. I think it depends on personal circumstances as well, plus the country circumstances circumstances as well. So if you're thinking of coming to the UK, I'll suggest you to, you know, just have a think about all of your options and then make a, you know, sensible decision. So now that was all for the video. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content from me, hit the subscribe button. There might be more videos on your screen right now, so you can go and check them out, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.